What's going on, everybody? Live from 73 here. And today, before I get into anything, I want to let you guys know that I should have put that cover on the grill first, man. Before I get into tell Chachi to come and do it. Yes. Another fuse. Okay. What the fuse? It's in the Eco Flow. You will see it. It's on the right hand side, close to the bottom. You will see it sprung. What's going on, everybody? Let me unplug this. Yeah, yeah. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm doing too much. Is what I'm doing. Guess I'll leave that there. There we go. There we go. I'm doing too much. There we go. All right, what we got? What we got? Who we got in here? Okay. Q Dub in the house. Sun Energy, how you doing, sister? Sun Energy in here. Wills, 803 Gardening. Sean does it all. How you doing? Terry Brooks, second floor garden. What's going on? Katie Connor, growing with Hudson. How you doing, my sister? KF, how you doing? Mr. Will Be Blessed. Who else we got? Let me get this on the screen so I can really see y'all. Who else we got in the meantime? Malikia, how you doing? I think I said it right. Polar Bear Cheryl, how you doing? Talia, how you doing? TLC in the garden, what's up, sister? Little green patch. Khaki, how you doing? Lavender, where you go? Where did you go? Lavender Dream, okay. Cynthia, how you doing? All right, Patricia. All right, let me get myself together here, and I'm going to make a quick announcement right off the bat, so we know what we're. There we go. Okay, so I'll be trying to get this out of the beginning of the video. We're going to be holding a, huh? Yes, yes. If it's not hot, it shouldn't be. I'm sorry, y'all. We got a lot going on. A storm is about to come through here, and I said, well, let me go ahead and do this because it's perfect timing. Okay. I'm going to be having a holding the solar class this Saturday. I just got back into town, and we're going to be holding the class. Now, the last class that we held, I don't know what happened, but nobody showed up. I don't know what happened. But I'm giving you a chance to come back. I'm not going to just take your money and run. You can come back to the class. It's going to be this Saturday. Okay. Now, if you, for any reason, cannot make the Saturday class, or when I schedule a solar class, what you can do, and it's going to cost you a little more, is I will help you personally, where it won't be a whole class. It'll just be me and you, one-on-one. So if you want to sign up for a one-on-one class, okay, we're going to offer that as well. But the class itself will be held this Saturday. Again, if you want to sign up, if you want to register, go to our website. What'd you do with it? Oh, okay. So hold on. Let me put that website in the chat. Let me find it first. I got it. Okay. All right. I just put the website in the chat if you want to register for this coming Saturday solar class. What we're going to be doing in the class is a lot of people are purchasing solar, and what I'm seeing is people are purchasing all kind of solar power generators. You have no clue how to hook it up. You don't know amps from current, watts, voltage. You don't know any of that. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm going to show you what that stuff means and how to hook it up, hands-on. So all I ask of you is you have to be present during the class. Yes, I need to see your face, okay? I need to see your face, so you can't be just black screen during the class. And because this is a hands-on, face-to-face kind of class. And it won't be recorded. So, that's not going to happen either. So, thank you for that. It won't be recorded, and you got to show your face. And a lot of people don't want to show their face, but this is a personal, face-to-face, hands-on class. So I know a lot of people, people like, you're going to lose money. This ain't about the money. This is about, I'm trying to help people. And if you don't want to go that extra mile to make me feel safer, or the people around us to feel a little safer during this personal class, then we're going to have to let that go. Okay. So this Saturday, you can register for the solar class, and the link and the register is in the chat right now. Okay. So I'm here today. What's up, Rucker Homestead? How you doing, Kenyatta's Journey? How y'all doing? So what we're doing right now is I'm trying to see, because I got these questions, and I want to tell people I ain't going to say what you need. I'm going to help you with your needs in your decision making. Right now is Prime Day for EcoFlow and other solar and other companies, solar power generator companies. So right now is the perfect time to go in and get something that you're looking for a good price. Now, here's the other thing. Now, if you want to save some more money, go down in the description box below, and my link is in the description box below to save you a little bit of money. I mean, not my link, but the link and my discount code. So if you're looking for a discount code for the EcoFlow products, look in the description box, okay? So right now, if you got questions, I'm gonna try my best to give you answers. I'm going to throw something else out there too that I normally don't do. I'm going to tell you what, I ain't gonna say my favorite, but it's one of my favorites right now. It's something I use and something that I feel, okay, is the best bang for your buck. All right. So anybody in here today need any help with with choosing a solar power generator from EcoFlow? And this is one of the things I want to get clear. When people say, I don't know which generator to get, and they give me the square footage of your house does not matter. Okay? I know it seems like it does, because it usually does with other things like air conditioner. You want to know the square footage of your home so you can know how many BTUs that you need to cool your home off or to heat your home. That's not solar. That's not how this works at all. What you need to know right out the gate is how many kilowatts do you use in 30 days? Even break it down to how many kilowatts do you use per day with your normal activity of living? Mean cooking, all your fans running, you got an HVAC system, your air conditioning unit, your lights are on, ceiling fans, all of that stuff, your microwave, hot plate, and all of that stuff that you use in your house. Now here's the other one. I would like to know, it's easier for me to help you. I would like to know, are you choosing your solar setup for survival or comfort? Or you right down the middle? Is this going to be for survival, or is it going to be for comfort, your everyday comfort needs, or you just kind of creep down the middle? It's going to be survival, but you would like a window air conditioned unit running. That's what I would like to know. If you guys can help me with that, we can get right into this. Again, we hold a solar class this coming Saturday. The link is in the chat right now for you to register. And if you come into the class, you have to be present. I have to see your face so I can know who I'm talking to. Okay. So, okay, let's see what we got. Just a friend, right down the middle. So what are you trying to, what are you trying to power? Because I know a lot of people they want to spend their money, they want to invest, but they don't know exactly what they need. So just asking a friend says they want it right down the middle. Mean, you want it primarily for survival, but you do want some luxury in there a little bit. You want your refrigerator running, you want maybe a deep freezer running, and maybe a window air conditioned unit running. Okay, let's see. Hey, Albert Key, how you doing, sister? Good to see you in here. Let's see. Okay, right. Just ask a friend says refrigerator as well. Okay, absolutely. Let's see. Andrea says survival and moving into comfort. So you write down the middle too. Okay. Okay. Do I have anybody else? I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Albert Key. I'm just getting into town and trying to get my energy back. I had to take a few days because driving 800 miles ain't no joke. Let me see. And surviving in my bug out trailer. Thank you, honey. Lady Led just put the link for the sign up in the chat just now. Okay. Khaki says, question. Led, will you in the future continue to have private classes? I'm a caregiver and have EcoFlow for medical purposes as well as heating and cooling and refrigerator. Yes, I will be holding classes. Yes. Private classes. Yes, I will. Okay. Andrea says fridge and freezers covered. Looking at solar, AC, and water. Okay. TLC says right down the middle, moving into total comfort. Okay. And that's the way to be. That's the way to be. You can even start out with survival and then move into total comfort. Okay. Set apart says survival, well pump, and for a shower and toilet. You need power for your shower and your toilet. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one. Huh? Oh, BASU says I'm right down the middle, slipping into comfort around 29 kilowatts right now. Okay. Okay. But that's what you already have. So that's not what you're looking for. I'm asking that question for people they're looking they're looking to know how to hook all this stuff up. Okay. Hey, how you doing, Polar Bear Cheryl? Say about right down the middle, but need to power one fridge and two freezers in case I have to start canning like a mad woman due to no power, then to no comfort. Okay. All right. Second floor garden says right down the middle, but more so looking for full home solution. Second floor garden, that's great. That's great. But a lot of if you're looking for a whole home solution, we can work on that too. Okay. 85 Bean says, how much power is 29 kilowatts? 29,000 watt hours. just asking says you can buy a portable shower pump. Yeah, I don't know about that part. MK Goddess, what about if you live in an apartment? What about if you live in an apartment? Can you explain your question? What I mean, if you live in an apartment, what? I got you set apart. Okay. So you said when the power is out, you don't get water to the house. So you're kind of like on a well. Okay, I got you. So you may be running a well pump. Okay, 85 Bean says, um, I'm in the market for whole home solutions as well. And see, that's what's cool right now is it's a lot of companies out here that their mobile units are whole home backup solutions as well. So that's see, technology is starting to move. So that's what's cool with the technology starting to move. The same things that used to take up your whole garage or or your whole shed or something, you they coming on wheels now, with the same capacity. And all you got to do is, simply add on extra battery storage. But and in a pickle, you can pull the handle out on most of these and take it with you. You know, put it in your bug out trailer, put it in your truck, your SUV, or your van, and leave. How you doing, Hayes? Let me see. Okay, lost my check. Linda says, "Where did you go? You trying to save money on your bill?" Okay. Outward Key says, "I love how they added the wheels." Let me tell you something about the wheels. You need those. I don't care how strong you are. That is every solar power generator I have with wheels on it is a blessing every time. I was in Toledo, Ohio, my hometown last week, and I'm telling you, this is the one I took with me. I took the EcoFlow 3 Ultra. The EcoFlow Delta 3 Ultra. I took this one with me, and this ain't no joke, because they can get heavy, especially if you in and out of your vehicle. You're using it. I used it at a gathering, and then I had to put it in my bug out trailer. I had to pull it back out for a video. Black bot, but a bit. So I'm pulling in and out of this trailer with this, and going across the park with it. That was serious. And I thought to myself, man, I'm glad this thing got wheels. Okay, how you doing, Marvell? Okay, do I have any questions? Because this live stream pretty much was about your solar needs and what you need now. Hopefully, I'll be able to help you out with that. Elevator says, "Did you have a power station?" What do you mean? Did I did I have a power? Are you talking to me? Elevator, are you asking me that, or did I have a power station, or are you asking somebody else? Do I have any questions from anybody about solar? My house is only 930 square feet. How much power do I need? Linda, that's not how it works. Your square footage has nothing to do with how much power you need. Your How much power you need has everything to do with how much power you use. Honestly, when people ask me like, how much power do I need if I have a 3,500 square foot home, is the same as asking me how much gasoline do you need in your car for a 3,500 square foot home. It has nothing to do with that at all. You would need to know how, you would need to research and jot down your power usage every day. How much power do you use? And then go look at your electric bill. Everybody, go look at your electric bill and look at the kilowatts that you use per month. Every 30 days, you get a bill. What is your bill? How many kilowatts does it say you use? It's going to give you a 30-day balance, and it's going to give a 30-day average, and it's going to give you a day per day average, and it's going to have a graph on there. And that's how you will know what kind of power consumption that you use. Okay. Khaki says, lead, you explain the difference between parallel and series. Are you asking me to? Because we're holding a solar power class this Saturday. And that's where I will explain that. Okay. You can register. The register link is in the chat. Thought I had it. Okay. All right. So far, okay, nobody's interested in power right now. Because that today, that's really the sole reason I'm here. Can I put solar? Judy says, can I put solar in a new built home that will run the air conditioning totally off grid? Yes, you can. You see. Set apart says, for the well pump, so far I got an EcoFlow Max, black red connections, and two black and red connections. What do you mean by black and red connection? 200-watt panels. How many 200-watt panels? Been buying supplies in advance so when hubby gets off work, he can take the class and set it up. Okay, okay. Hey, my Renaissance grandma, how you doing? It's good to see you. I've been missing for a while. How you doing? Beautifully says, can I still join the class even though I live abroad? Is You can join the class, but again, please go to the beginning of this video in the middle of it. So far, I gave all the guidelines of what it is. You can click the link and register. After the register, you need to know you have to show your face throughout the video. I mean, throughout the meeting. And bring all of your supplies with you so we can hook them up together. I will also be holding a one-on-one basis class. So if you don't want to join a class with everybody else, we can do a one-on-one class, okay? Okay. All right. So I guess that's it. Okay, 85 says, Bean says, I use roughly 2,000, I mean, 2,300 kilowatt hours, okay, per month. I've been trying to find a system suffice enough. Okay, I can give you, if you only use 2,300 kilowatt hours per month, you mean 23,000 or do you really mean 2,300? Okay, set apart says the black and red connections, meaning the long cords that hook to the panel. Oh, I got you. I got you. Okay. 85 being 2,300, you would have no problem finding what you need. Okay, you looking at the bill now, you would have no problem. Huh? I'm tripping. Yes. Thank you, honey. Yes, that's a lot. That is a lot. I'm tripping because yeah, that threw me off. Threw me off. That is a lot, 85 being. That's a lot. That's like, if you're using, no, that's rough. You still can get a whole home backup system for that. I mean, or a system powerful enough to run that. um 85 being, I would say, if that's what kind of power you pulling, you could get EcoFlow Delta Pro 3 with two backup batteries, two expansion batteries, and just over panel it. Yeah, I see your dilemma. Yeah, that's rough, but it can still be done and be affordable at the same time. I wasn't gonna be disrespectful and be like, man, that sounds like you got like a grow room or something with some really hot bright lights, if you know what I mean. Okay. All right. So I guess that's it. I just came in here. I wanted to help people with the power. If you're having a problem, y'all caught that. If you're having a problem trying to choose the right solar power generator. Okay, say no. A lot of central AC. See, I got you. I got you. Okay. Okay, TJ Diamond. And you want to know something else too? If you have a if you have a whole central air unit, I'm going to tell you Since we're talking about electricity, I am getting away from the big giant HVAC system that sits outside that runs your house and cools it off. I'm getting away from that. Here's the thing. There are way more efficient, cheaper ways to cool and heat your home. And not just that, there are also more efficient. That's right. That's right. Who is this? MLS mini splits. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do a video on this mini split that I got that a company sent me out because I just had a whole brand new, and I did a video on this whole brand new HVAC system put on my house, brand new, and it broke probably 6 months in, and now they're saying they can't come and fix this little part because it's going to cost this and it's not under warranty. I'm not doing it. I'm not about to pay 1,500 or whatever it is for you to come and do this, and something that should be under warranty and is brand new. It shouldn't have broken in the first place. So the what it takes to power that HVAC unit is insane. The power that it takes. And let me show you. Let me show you something. Okay. You see this? You see this window air conditioner right here? That's cooling my entire downstairs off. I do not need a gigantic HVAC system running constantly, burning energy, and we getting a bill for that when I know this window unit only uses 900 watts on high fan, high cool, non-efficient. I mean, non-eco mode. With the eco mode off, high fan, a high cool, you only burning a little over 900 watts. That big monster outside is doing the same thing and is using thousands of watts to push that giant fan and try to blow that half-ass cold air through the house. I'm done. So my next move, I got up in my den up here, I have a mini split system. It gets so cold up there that the doggone unit ices over. My daughter came down and said, Dad, it's icing over. That's how cold it gets. My mini split in my den gets so cold that the cold air comes down the steps and comes under this door, and I can feel it on my ankle when I'm sitting here. So I'm done with home HVAC systems. I'm going mini splits from here on out. We don't need that. You want to know something else? America is only America is one of the last countries to keep using gigantic HVAC systems. Every other country uses mini splits in their apartment buildings, in their homes. All go look all around the world. Every other country is using mini splits to cool off these giant, like in Dubai, stuff like that, to cool off these giant structures, and we still using them big inefficient. You know why? Because they want the money. I'm not gonna get into that part. I'm not gonna get into that. Okay? Because I go down a dark road and I said I'm trying to stay out of that dark alley. What's up, Big Bad Bo? What's going on? Is there a way to connect it? Okay, Big Bad Bo says, is there a way to connect three Delta Pro 3s without their panel? I have a 50 amp hub already, but looking for a way to do that. I don't know. I don't know. Without their panel, you talking about using a proprietary system and trying to hook up your own thing. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I know they do have it. If you have three Delta Pro 3s, they do have a hub that you can buy and plug into that hub. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. You may want to look into that's something I don't know. Without their smart panel, I don't know. Because you know their wires and their cables are proprietary, just like every other uh, solar company out there. Let me see. Thank you for that, Keela. Kalik? Is it Kalik? Thank you for that. I appreciate you. All right. Let me see. Kalik says Delta 3 Classic with your Eco Code. Just got the Delta 3 Classic with you. Okay. You want to know something? Who want to know my favorites? I'm going to tell you whether you want to know or not. My all-time favorites from EcoFlow is the EcoFlow Delta Pro 3. The other one is the EcoFlow Delta 3 Max. Either the Delta 3 Max or the Delta 2 Max, either one. Those are my two top favorite, and I got reasons why. Okay. After that, then my next favorite is the EcoFlow. Let me remember it now. EcoFlow Delta 3 Ultra Plus. EcoFlow, are you watching me? I'm not calling out my people at EcoFlow. EcoFlow family, if you're watching me, stop it. Stop it with the names. EcoFlow family, if you're watching me right now, let's start naming them something else. And I'm going to tell you why. Because my audience here that watches me and I watch other content creators that represent EcoFlow, they get confused as I do. But I'm experienced, so I know how to decipher. When they're looking for solar for their solar needs, they get confused playing with those four names. It's four words. EcoFlow Delta Pro 3, EcoFlow Delta Max 3, EcoFlow Delta 3 Ultra, EcoFlow Delta Ultra Plus, EcoFlow Delta. You only using four words, and people are getting confused. And what that's going to do is it's going to drop in your sales because people will order something thinking that they're ordering something else, and that's not. And then I've had people say that you guys gave false advertising, and I tried to tell them they're not false advertising. EcoFlow, you purchased the wrong thing. Which, okay, a person, for instance, a person purchased the EcoFlow Delta Pro Ultra, the EcoFlow Delta Pro Ultra. That's what they purchased. But they ordered the EcoFlow Delta 3 Ultra because just one little switch of a word, that's confusing. And it's confusing my audience, and it's confusing your customers and the consumers. It's confusing. It's so confusing that I myself have personally listened to people. They're not happy about that. So EcoFlow, if you're watching me, please throw at least four more names in there so this can stop being so confusing. And the other thing is, everything pretty much looks alike. This is the same body style as the EcoFlow Delta 3 Ultra Plus, and it's also the same body style as the EcoFlow Delta Pro 3. And see what we just did there? You know, this one has the silver on the top and the gray on the bottom, but the EcoFlow Delta Ultra, the EcoFlow Delta 3 Ultra Plus is all silver, just like the EcoFlow Delta Pro 3. We gotta stop that. So to my family at EcoFlow, I do represent EcoFlow, and this is hurting. This is hurting people, and it's getting people confused. It's already hard enough to learn how solar power works. Portable solar power energy. That's hard enough for beginners. They don't need to start out trying to figure duck, duck, goose names. That's really hard for them. Okay, and I'm getting those emails and I'm getting those messages. So we got to come up with a few more names. Listen, hey, I know it's the Delta series. Name it the Delta Fireball. Something. You know, the Delta Power Saver. Something. But the threes and the twos and the ones and the pluses and the minuses and the X's and it's throwing people off. Okay. I love EcoFlow, but that's a little bit of extra unnecessary confusion. Okay, so if my EcoFlow family is watching, please take that into account. Please call this stuff something else. All right. Does anybody in this chat agree with me? If you agree, say, I agree, please name it something else. Name this stuff something else. If you agree, because I keep hearing this constantly, and they need to hear from you that those four names that's confusing when you have a whole line of solar power generators and products, but you just flipping the name, playing three-card Monty with the names. Okay. Everybody, please let them know that you agree. Everybody in the chat. If I got 250 people, 258 people in here, I need to see 258 whether you agree or not agree, whether this is or is not confusing. I represent them and it's confusing. You say, okay, Free Spirit says, I agree with the price. I agree. And with the price, it was all so confusing, and I ended up getting another brand. When you say with the price, what was confusing about the price? I think what confuses when you confuse the names, it also makes people think that they're going to spend a lot of money, so they will back out of a purchase or an investment, not knowing that's not even what they really wanted. They wanted the EcoFlow Delta Pro 3 or the EcoFlow 3 Ultra, but the price of the EcoFlow Delta Pro Ultra, that price, they said, and they back out and they go to another place. These are great units, but you're losing clientele by the confusing words. Because if think about it, if I'm going to purchase a unit and I have $2,000 to spend, I'm going to get the EcoFlow 3 Ultra, right? That's what I'm going for. But I type in EcoFlow Delta Pro Ultra, and it's completely an entirely different price and everything, and it throws you off. And you got to remember, this is the thing that I want all companies to listen to. When you make products like this, where they're just plug and play, you plug them up to your wall or you plug them up to some solar panels and go. Download your app and you go. That's what people are looking for, the simplicity of that. Mobile, very powerful, plug and play units. Who wants that? I'm gonna tell you who wants that. Newbies, people that's new to solar power. It's very new to a lot of people. They don't want to be hooking up a whole off-grid solar power system, you know, using their own wires and inverters and connecting all of the batteries. They don't know about that, and they would prefer the plug-and-play version. Take it out the box, read the instructions, plug it up to your solar panels, download the app, and power your life. That's what the people that buy these are looking for. When you start making it confusing, they back off. And then they find something else it's not another company that may not necessarily fit what they're looking for. They were more or less looking for simplicity. And I get a lot of people talk to me about that, that was too confusing, that was too hard, that was too difficult. And I'm sitting there like, the purchase was difficult? That's why. And a lot of people end up telling me that they had to send something back because the wrong thing was sent to them. But when I hear what they're saying, the right thing was sent to them, but they got confused on the wording. So when they push order on online order, they didn't know that they ordered a Delta Pro Ultra. Okay? They thought they ordered the Delta 3 Ultra. That part. So we got to come up with more than 4 or 5 names. It's just too much. Okay? And I'm telling you from my point of view, from my end, what I get from the people in my audience, what they're saying to me. And I try to talk them down saying, listen, I get it. They didn't stiff you. You just ordered the wrong thing by one word, using one word wrong. Okay. So I just wanted to put that out there. This is to my EcoFlow family. Please, let's help our customers by differentiating the wording a little more. Okay. Uh, Rosalind Moore says, I have the EcoFlow Delta 3 Ultra. Pray this is the right one. Yes, I'm a newbie. Okay, Rosalind, if you have the EcoFlow Delta 3 Ultra, you know that's not expandable, right? You can't add extra batteries onto that one. That is this. This is the EcoFlow Delta 3 Ultra. Pink Hibiscus says, I agree with the Ultras, the Pros, the Maxes, the Pluses. It's too confusing. Just name it something else. Don't try to make it, just name it something else. Imagine this. Imagine this. This is why I say this, why it's confusing. When you see a movie come out, let me think of one just off the top of my head. Hey, man, give me a good movie, a good old movie from there. Back to the Future. Back to the Future was a classic. Can we all agree on that? Right? Back to the Future was a classic movie. If they made a new Back to the Future, the name is Back to the Future Part 3, but the cast is way different. No Marty McFly, no Doc, no Einstein, no Biff. None of them is in it. You kind of like, it throws you off, right? It throws you off bad. So that's how confusing it is. And what happens is they're always comparing the classic movie to the new movie. Here's the thing. The new movie may be good, may be pretty good, but everybody is going to always compare it to that one just because they have the same name. Why don't you just go ahead and name this new movie something completely different? So people can respect that right out of the gate instead of instantly start comparing this new movie to this old movie. Because we all know that was a box office smash. It was a hit. It's a classic 40 years, 30 years later. Don't try to redo that. Just name it something else. Instead of Back to the Future Part 3, just name it Trying to Get Home or something. I don't know. Judy says, which EcoFlow is expandable? Well, there's a lot of them, but EcoFlow Delta 3 Ultra is not one of them. EcoFlow Delta 3 Ultra is not expandable. The EcoFlow Delta Classic is not. It's another one. The EcoFlow Delta is not. See what I'm saying? Now, the reason why I'm saying that's why I asked about the EcoFlow Delta 3 Ultra. Did you know it's not expandable? The reason I'm asking you that is you will start out with this. Now, if this meets your power needs, by all means, that's the one you need. But say later down the line, you get a little bit more money and you want more power, you can just add a battery to this one, and that'll be a whole nother. I mean, if you could, okay, that'll be a whole. For instance, this is 3,072 watt hours of storage. The EcoFlow Delta Pro 3 is over 4,000 watt hours. But you could expand that two more times, making it a total of 12,000 watt hours of storage, over 12,000. See, if you just say, hey, you know, I got a little extra money, I think I'm going to add another battery on. This one here, this the EcoFlow Delta, the EcoFlow Delta 3 Max. That's what them names. This is expandable as well. This is the extra battery I have up here, right? And I think this is expandable up to one or two. I think it's up to only one. The EcoFlow Delta 2 Max, you could expand it with two extra batteries. Okay. Let me see. Sharon says, I just got an EcoFlow Delta 3 Max. That's one of my favorites. Will I be able to add an extra battery to this one? Thanks for sharing. Yep, right here. Here's the the one you bought. Here's the extra battery for the EcoFlow Delta 3 Max. Now let's see, because I'm not going to confuse y'all and tell you that you can expand them in a different kind of way. I'm not even going to do that. Let me see. Yeah, you can expand this one time. If y'all can see that. Here's the expansion cable here. You could probably expand it more because now EcoFlow also has a dual hub where you can plug two extra batteries into it, so you can still expand it even more, okay, to get more storage. All right. Okay, we coming up on an hour. Pink Hibiscus says, I only want expandable. Okay. Okay. My Don says, I agree 100%. I have the EcoFlow Pro. I keep wondering if it's a Delta Pro or what number it may be. You may want to look at your instructions because I'm confused on all of that. Oh, Khaki. Khaki says, Led, are you still liking the EcoFlow Wave? Let me tell you something. The EcoFlow Wave 3, here we go again with that. That's out of my bug out trailer right now, and I've been using the air condition for over a week every day. Absolutely, I love it. And me and my wife had a camping trip we did in the spring, and it was still cold for some reason. And I'm telling you, the heater on the Delta Wave 3, now we were in a big old tent. I didn't think it was going to be able to do it, but it kept us warm. I was impressed. Now, here's the thing. The tent that we were in, it was by, what is the name? Give me a second. God, what was the, give me a second here. Hold on. Okay. The tent that we were in was no, it wasn't by Zanku. Yeah, the tent that we were in was by Zanku. And it kept that big old tent warm. I didn't think it would work, but it did. Let me see. If you are a person that likes to leave I ain't gonna say likes to leave your pet in the car, like you got a dog that you take everywhere with you, like, and you can't bring them in the store for some reason, you need something like a portable air conditioner that has its own battery that can keep your pet cool in the car without keeping your car running. You know, somebody steal your car. But when I'm in the store and I know that I can't go in the store, I will bring my EcoFlow Wave and cut the air conditioner on. I cut it on while we on our way, and then crack the window and put the tube through it. And I go in the store, and then my puppy can stay in the car and stay cool without freaking out. The only thing she freak out about is she want to go in the store with me, but she ain't gonna, get in trouble, roast in there. All right. Let me see. TLC says, Led, do you know how many additional batteries can be added to the Delta 3 Plus? Delta 3 Plus. I have that out in the car. I want to say one with the old plug adapter. Yeah, no, yes. You can. It's expandable up to one battery. But again, EcoFlow now makes a hub where you can expand it more. But I didn't want to get into that because that get a little confusing. I don't have a hub like that to speak on. I'm just fascinated with it and I want one. Okay. Hello Love says, which battery capacity and wattage? I don't understand what you mean. Hey, Sylvia, is that you? You changed your name? I can't see it. Oh no, that's somebody else. Sylvia. Sylvia. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Because I do have a friend on here named Sylvia. Okay, Big Bad Bo, does your Wave 3 keep your trailer cool throughout the night? It keeps it freezing. You have to cut it down. Yes. I have a 5x8 trailer and you'll freeze. It gets cold, okay? Because if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me, the EcoFlow Wave 3 is 6,000 watt. I mean 6,000 BTUs. Don't quote me. I can tell you right now. The EcoFlow Wave 3. I just probably ain't even on. It ain't gonna let me know nothing. Yeah, cause let me see. I'm gonna try to get the information. Aha, I got the information. Yeah. The EcoFlow Delta Wave 3 is 6,100 BTUs and is 1,800 watts heat. No, that's not true. And heating is 6,800 BTUs. So yes, that's a window air unit that you can get from Walmart. That's a little more powerful than one of those little $200 window units you get from Walmart. So it does the job. Let me see here. Okay. Khaki says just got the. Oh, I'm way behind. Sorry. Okay. Sylvia says, can you please tell me the difference between the Delta Pro Ultra and the Delta Pro Ultra X? You know what? I can't because I do not have the Delta Pro Ultra X. I do know one difference on the Delta, just from the research that I've done. The Delta Pro Ultra. Want to hear something? I actually have it right here. Give me 2 ticks. I can't make this up. I got it right here. Okay. This is the Delta Pro Ultra. This is a whole house backup storage unit. And let's see, let's cut it on. Okay. Now this is expandable. This is the battery, and this is the brain. And you can expand these. Let me get the specs for you and connect them all together and run your entire house. Let me see. Now the difference between the Delta, right off the bat, the difference between the Delta Pro Ultra and the Delta Pro Ultra Max, you don't get the USB connections. Under here, I do know that for a fact. You don't get any USB connections, so you can plug in your cell phone and stuff like that. You don't get that on the new Delta Pro Ultra Max. See, here's your USB-C ports, and over here you got your USB ports. You don't get that on the new Max. Now, I can't speak any further than that because it does do a few things that this one doesn't do. And I like having these for backup because, believe it or not, I've used these so often while it was plugged up. I feel that they should have left that on there. That was important. I know for your home backup system, you don't think you would need something as simple as USB ports. And another thing, I think they removed a couple of the AC ports, the 120s, and added something else. I'm not fully sure. Okay. But I feel they should have left that alone and just went on ahead and added what they needed to add. Again, I'm only speaking by what I know, not so don't take my word on that too serious, okay? Now I'm gonna tell you this. This EcoFlow Delta Pro Ultra, let me see. Okay. No, not the wave. Hold on. because I got everything right here in the app. Come on, come on, come on. No, I don't want to update it yet. No. Hold on, let me get back in here. In the meantime, you could be asking me some questions. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Uh, okay. The battery that it comes with is 6144 watt hours. Okay. And it's expandable up to 30 watt hours. So you could put 5 of these batteries on here, five DPU batteries, spare batteries on here to get 30 kilowatt hours. That's crazy. Okay. So that's how expandable that is. Because earlier somebody said they use, what was it? 2300 or 23,000. So they would be looking at something like this to run just to run your whole house. Okay, let's get back in here. All right, sorry about that. I had to veer off because I wanted to make sure y'all got the information. Okay. Right. Don't change some older stuff. That's completely right. Like to me, if you take that cigarette lighter port, please stop leave the cigarette lighter port on everything. That's more important when you got a DC refrigerator. You got so many. There's so much stuff out here that takes DC power now. Leave that cigarette lighter port alone. You're welcome, Sylvia. Jenny says I have the EcoFlow Delta 3 Ultra and love it. Okay. All right. So if there's no more questions, I'm gonna close it out like this. There will be a solar power hour solar class this Saturday at 3 p.m. If you want to join the class, please click on the link that's in the chat in the beginning of the chat. Me and my wife put the link and the sign up registry in the chat in the beginning of this video. So you can click on that and sign up. And last but not least, the rules to it is you have to show your face. You have to, period. Okay, because this is a face-to-face, in-person situation, and it will not be recorded. All right. Let me see something. Okay, P says I have the EcoFlow Delta 3. Can I add an extra battery? I did answer you. I said yes. Yes, you can. It's in the beginning in the chat, TJ Diamond. It'll be also in the first pinned comment once I cut this video off, okay? All right. No more questions? All right. I guess we'll call it. So that was that. And everybody enjoy your day. Hope to see you soon because I'm not going to tell y'all about this right now, but I got a little surprise for y'all coming up. All right. All right. Everybody enjoy your day. Let me see. Terry, you says I have the EcoFlow Delta 2 and the EcoFlow Delta 3 Max. Are those good? I don't know. It depends on why did you buy them if you didn't know if they were good or not? Like why did you purchase them? There's a lot of people purchase. The reason I'm doing this video today is because a lot of people are purchasing things that they do not need or they don't know how to use. And they're just purchasing stuff. And for the life of me, I don't understand it. You wanna do the research on the things that you're this is just a purchase. These are investments. These are investments. And when you spend your hard-earned money to invest in something like this that could save your life, do you want to not know what it is or how to use it, or that doesn't make any sense to me. That's like purchasing a blood pressure cuff and a stethoscope and a watch and not know how to use them to save your life, or how purchasing a defibrillator and never opening the box, and you know you having some kind of issue and you don't even know how to use this thing that can literally save your life. And I don't understand it. People are just purchasing stuff. When you're just buying to be buying, that's a purchase. If you're investing in your life and your longevity, that's an investment. And for the life of me, I don't understand why people don't take 2 seconds to know what they just purchased. You got them because of if backup power goes off. But if you don't know how to use them, they won't serve you any purpose. And let's talk about that. Let's talk about it before I go. Let's talk about it. If you invest in a solar power generator and you have never read the instructions, did any research on it, you don't have it hooked up, it's still in the box, still in the garage, still in the closet, I'm here to tell you, you are literally risking your life by doing it. Because in a grid down situations, if the lights go out, grid down, storm, whatever happens, you have a life-saving machine that you're not okay. You're not going to know how to use it in the dark. Let's talk about that. I have this. This is the Delta 3 Max. I know what I'm doing, but I know even in the dark, I won't know what I'm looking for. See how smooth that face is? I'm touching buttons and I'm looking for buttons. I'm looking for plugs and outlets. And that's going to be hard if all the lights are out. It's pitch black and you need some power. Somebody in your house needs oxygen, or they need to sleep with some kind of medical device. You can't go fumbling around. That's the wrong time to not know what you're doing. That's the wrong time to start saying, here's the work, here's the other part. Say, okay. The other part is you have this stored in your closet. You purchased it, it's in your garage, it's in your closet, and you didn't even know. They sent it to you and it's only 30% charged. They don't send you solar power generators fully charged. When you get this, the first thing you need to do is take it out the box, plug it up, charge it up, and while it's charging, read the instructions. If you don't do that, all you have in your garage or in your closet is a big, very expensive rock. Doesn't matter how much money you saved on it or not. All you have is a rock, a big, shiny rock. Hello, love. How many solar panels to power 3,000 watt Delta Max? We'll be talking about that on Saturday in the class. You can register online. You can register uh, in the chat. Old man says, my Delta Pro Ultra, I have nothing but problems. Returned 2 times so far. What kind of problems have you had with your Delta Pro Ultra? TLC says the difference can be minutes versus hours of using if you don't know. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's smart, Khaki. Said, because they're heavy, I place them where I need them with flashlights. You want to know something? That's exactly what we do here. I put flashlights, miniature flashlights you can get from the dollar store, and a pack of batteries on everything, especially at my off-grid property. Flashlights are everywhere. And if you were to come into my cabin, you'll be like, Led done lost his mind. He got about 400 flashlights every corner of the house, everywhere. I do that because if the lights go out, I don't want to go stumbling around in the dark looking for a flashlight. If I hear a bump in the night, I don't want to be looking for a flashlight. I need that flashlight, and then I can see what I'm doing. Old man says screen corrupted. I haven't heard of that one. But I believe you. I mean, I gotta believe you. Free Spirit says you gave advice earlier to take a weekend to live off grid. And I stand by that. I stand by it. I think everybody should cut the power off. If you don't want to go live off grid, cut off all the power in your house. Don't use no water, no electricity, no air, no heat. Do that for 3 solid days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and watch what happens. Watch how much you learn. Pink Hibiscus, can you repeat one more time what's behind you? This is the Delta 3 Max. This is the Delta 3 Ultra. Then they also have the Delta 3 Ultra Plus. Do y'all want to see the Delta 3 Ultra Plus? Because that one is expandable. Would you like to see the Delta Pro Ultra Plus that looks just like this, but it's expandable? You got a few more bells and whistles to it. Okay. It's going to take me a second, but we'll do it. Okay. Let's see. All right, let me move this chair for a second because this other one is heavy. So I'm going to take the Delta 3 Max down. This is really heavy because it's expandable battery. Now give me 1 second. Okay. See, Daisy. Okay. I'm going to show you a few things, okay? Let's start in the back, because to me, that's the most important part. Okay. Can everybody see that okay? I might need my other tripod. Okay. You can already see the differences already. We're here. Okay. Yeah, you can see the differences already. Can y'all make that out? Can y'all see that okay? Here, this is the EcoFlow Delta 3 Ultra. Okay. This is the EcoFlow Delta 3 Ultra Plus. Okay. Can everybody see me okay? Can you hear me okay? If you can see me, give me a, okay, there we go. All right. So here's the differences between the EcoFlow Delta 3 Ultra and the Delta 3 Ultra Plus. Here's the differences. They're both 3,072 watt hours of storage. Okay. This one, the Ultra, I'm gonna call it the Ultra, and I'm gonna call this one the Ultra Plus. The Ultra is 60 volts, from 11 to 60 volts, 18 amps. One input. On the Ultra Plus, you have two solar inputs. One is 11 to 60 volts, 18 amps, and the other one is 11 to 60 volts, 18 amps. So you have two solar inputs on there, so you can double your power, get more power. This gives you a better option when you're adding solar panels. Okay, you can bring in more solar this way. They both have the fast charging manual button here. They both have the AC wall charger 120 port. Now this is where, and they both have cigarette lighter DC port. But this is where it start getting different. The Ultra Plus is expandable. This one is expandable. This is not, like not at all. Nothing you can do. There's no ports where you can expand this at all. And I'm not going to get into the technicalities of using your DC port. I'm not going to do that. But if you wanted to expand this one, the Ultra Plus, as long as you have the battery that fits that in the cable, you can do that. Like for instance, I can take the Delta Pro 3 battery off and put it up here. I can take the Delta 3 Max battery and put it up here. I can do that right now if you wanted me to, but it's expandable. So you can add, even though it's 3072 watt hours, you could add another 4,000 if you had the EcoFlow Delta Pro 3 battery, or you can add over 2,000 watt hours with the Delta Max 3 battery that I have right here behind me. And all you would need is that cable. And usually that battery, if you purchase an expansion battery, it comes with the cable. Do I have any questions? This is the most important part to me between the two. This can bring in more solar, and it's expandable, and it has an Anderson port, Anderson output as well, where this one doesn't. Can you daisy chain the one that's not expandable? You can daisy chain anything, but the when you start daisy chaining things, you lose power. So if I got 100 watts coming out of this one and it's plugged into that one, this one is taking a juice. 100 watts ain't gonna go in here. You're gonna be getting something like 80 watts or so. You're gonna lose power when you plug one in from another. It works, but you still lose power. And when you're dealing with solar, now if you're dealing with gas is one thing, but when you're dealing with solar and start daisy chaining, losing anywhere from 5 to 20% of your power that you're getting from the sun, that hurts a little bit, because you're losing serious power that you cannot replace. When it's coming from the sun, you only get so many hours of the day of sunlight. If you have a gasoline generator producing the energy, daisy chaining it to this, then it only matters on how much gasoline or diesel fuel that you have on your generator or propane to power that. Any questions? Is it possible to show where the battery is connected to the Delta 3 Max? I just showed it a little while ago. It's literally the battery was on the top. And I'm going to show you because it's the same. I'm going to take the battery off of the Delta 3 Max and I'm going to connect it to the Delta Ultra Plus. It's the exact same situation. See that okay? I'm taking the battery. This is the spare battery off the EcoFlow Delta 3 Max. Here is the expansion cable. I got this backwards, but I just want to show you. And all you do is plug that in. And now I just added an extra 2,000 watt hours to an already 3,072 watt hours. So what that's going to give me over 5,000 total watt hours of storage. You get it? But it's that simple. If you can't afford the Delta Pro 3 battery, that's an extra 4,000 watt hours, and you can only afford this, or if you already have a Delta 3 Max, you can still take that battery off and use it on here. Say my Delta 3 Max doesn't have that cable outlet. Yes, it does. If you have an EcoFlow Delta 3 Max It does. I just took it off of mine right now. You may be talking about you have an EcoFlow Delta 2 Max. With the EcoFlow Delta 2 Max, the cable looks different. It's flat. And with the Delta 2 Max, it has two expandable ports, DC ports on the side of it, where you can plug in the Delta Wave 3 or Wave 2 and a spare battery or two spare batteries. So it definitely has, I think you're talking about, if you have what did you say? The Delta 3 Max. You don't have the Delta 3 Max, because I literally just took the battery off my Delta 3 Max. This goes to the Delta 3 Max. And here it is right here. That's the EcoFlow Delta 3 Max, and there's the expansion port right there. So you guess you have the wrong unit. You're sending it back. What unit do you have? And where did you get it from? Sharon? Ah! You ordered it from QVC. Okay. I was going to try to. Yeah, I can't do nothing about that. It was supposed to be the Delta 3. The Delta 3 Max. I wish I could see it, because I could tell you what it is. Can you read the instructions or the box, and what does it say? What does the instructions in the box say? Even if it came from QVC, it should still be the right product. On Easy Pay, I believe you, but the box and the instructions should tell you exactly what it is. Say QVC, I noticed that they titled their units differently at times. Yeah, I don't watch QVC, to be honest with you. Okay, you guys, do I have any other questions before we head on out of here? Do I have any questions before we go? Because clearly nobody wants to see this. I just wanted to come in and help everybody make a good decision on their investment. That's it. All right. Everybody enjoy your day. Live Farmer 73. I see y'all again tomorrow. I love you. And I'm out. Hope I was able to help. If you have any questions, please put it down in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to help you. All right. Peace. All right, my Renaissance grandma.